For thousands of years, it's been a maritime tradition for each ship that enters service to have a ceremonial godmother. Godmothers are entrusted to bring good fortune to the ship and to bless the safety of the crew and all who sail on her. To many, it may seem strange to refer to an inanimate object as she. So why do we refer to ships as her? There are a few different explanations. One theory is that in some languages where nouns are referred to by a gender, that the word ship would often be feminine. In Latin, for example, the word for ship, navis, is a feminine noun. But others think it's a reference to the female figure such as a mother or a goddess who would be responsible for guiding and protecting the ship and its crew. The ceremonial naming of a new ship was common as far back as the Roman era. Before a new ship set sail, Neptune, the Roman god of the sea, would be called upon to watch over it, ensuring its safety. Wine would be drunk in the god's honor, and water poured upon the ship as a blessing. So through the centuries, different cultures and religions developed their own ceremonial traditions to launch a new ship. Those involved in the ceremonial launches were not always women. And in fact, the original idea of a ship's sponsor was often a male. In the 1600s in the United Kingdom, the gunship Prince Royal was reportedly christened by the Prince of Wales, who sipped from a special cup before pouring wine across the deck. There's some debate amongst historians as to when the first ship naming ceremony took place in the United States. Some point to the launch of the warship USS Constitution in 1797. After 2 unsuccessful attempts, Captain James Sever is reported to have broken a bottle of old Madeira across the bow to bestow good luck on the ship as it successfully entered the water in Boston Harbor. The first record of a female ship sponsor in the United States dates from the early 1800s. Since then, it's become increasingly popular for naval and passenger ships to choose a female godmother. Good fortune and safe passage have been bestowed on ships by notable women all around the world. The main duty of a godmother is to bless the ship, bestowing good luck and ensuring the safe passage of all who sail on her. Godmothers also traditionally smash a bottle of champagne against the ship's bow to formally christen her before her inaugural sailing. However, any liquid can be used, and historically ships have been christened with river and seawater, as well as brandy, Madeira, wine and cider. Queen Elizabeth II christened the Royal Navy's HMS Queen Elizabeth with a bottle of Scotch whisky to reflect the Scottish shipyards where she'd been built. At Viking, some of our river ships have been christened with champagne, but more recently we've used aquavit, Norway's national drink, and a reflection of our Norwegian heritage. So aquavit translates into English as the water of life, which we consider the perfect spirit with which to officially welcome new ships into our fleet. My grandmother, Mamsen, grew up in the Norwegian county of Oppland, where the aquavit called Gammel Oppland is produced. This was her aquavit brand of choice, if she ever had a tipple, which she rarely did, but if she did, it would have been Gammel Oppland. So when welcoming a new ship to our fleet, we use Gammel Oppland to honour my grandmother's memory, whilst also celebrating our future, of course.
You see me now in my office in Basel. All my visitors always ask me, why do you have so many broken champagne bottles here? As you know, there's an old tradition to break a bottle by naming a new ship. And on this wall, you can see 58 bottles, what means that during the last 10 years, Viking built 58 longships. And this is very useful for me. I will never forget these 58 ship names and their years of construction.
Here at Viking, we've honoured many wonderful women as godmothers of our ships, and I'm humbled and very proud to say that this includes myself, as I got to name the Viking Sea together with my goddaughter Maya a few years ago. Our godmothers are chosen for lots of different reasons, but they all mean something very special to our Viking family. From scientists to musicians, long-serving colleagues, travel agents, nautical and engineering partners, and representatives from cultural institutions, other artists. All of our Viking godmothers have played an important role in maintaining maritime tradition and wishing all new Viking ships safe sailing.
I name you Viking Sea. May God bless you.
And all who sail with you.
May your passengers and crew always be safe.
And may you always have a hand's width of water beneath your keel.
So let's now hear from some of our remarkable godmothers.
Our 2 expedition ships are named for important stars in celestial navigation. The Viking Octantis for the southern star Sigma Octantis, and the Viking Polaris after the North Star Polaris. Their godmothers were chosen for their achievements in the polar regions of those same hemispheres. Liv Arnesen, godmother to the Viking Octantis, was the first woman to ski solo to the South Pole. Anne Bancroft, godmother to the Viking Polaris, was the first woman to the North Pole by sled and foot. And together in 2001, Liv and Anne became the first women in history to ski across Antarctica. 2 true explorers, venturing to parts of the world few are ever privileged to see. We are so very honoured to have Liv and Anne as part of the Viking family as our Viking expedition ship's godmothers.
Well, being named a godmother for Viking is a little heady experience. It's a tremendous honor, I have to say.
Getting to know Karin and Torstein and the Viking family, I think it's fantastic.
It's everyone that we've met within Viking and their sense of pride, which, is just exuded. It's contagious.
It feels as that it's an honor to be included in that family.
Hello, I'm Debbie Wiseman. My friendship with Viking goes back to 2016, when I was conducting one of my pieces at the Classic FM live concert at the Royal Albert Hall in London. The concert was sponsored by Viking. Karina and lots of the Viking team were there in the audience, and subsequently, Viking asked me to write new signature music for them. The result was Den Reisende, The Traveller, which we recorded at Abbey Road Studios in April 2017, and which is now, I'm thrilled to say, firmly established as Viking's theme music. I've had so many wonderful times with the Viking family since then, but the pinnacle was definitely being given the honour of becoming godmother to the river ship Viking Herria. What an amazing day that was. It's a memory I'll cherish forever. Christening the ship with champagne, I felt like the Queen.
Welcome to the drawing room here at Highclere Castle, or is it of course Downton Abbey? I've even got not one but 2 Labradors with me, both of which have such a special connection to Viking. And I'm standing next to a model of a ship. And I am so honoured. I've been asked by Torsten and Karina Hagen to be godmother to the latest Viking ocean ship. It's the Viking Mars. So I think once more we are sailing forth, hopefully into a new era, and I can't wait to travel and explore the world once more. I was also asked to be godmother to a riverboat, the riverboat Skadi. So that was an earlier honour, and that was christened in Amsterdam. So perhaps this is my second time, and this time the christening is going to be in Malta, a lovely, beautiful, warm island in the middle of the Mediterranean. And I hope all those who then thoroughly enjoy sailing on the Viking Mars will have wonderful travels throughout the world. And I'm certainly looking forward to the christening in May.
I will never forget the moment I was told I was to be honoured to become the godmother of Viking Venus. I am so lucky that it was caught on video, because it was just after I had finished an interview on Viking TV, and Karina told me to stay online for something special.
So I live in Norway, and I've been given a pleasure today to ask you this question. And you have a box there, so if you please could open the box and the card.
Oh, I love Christmas. Here's my bottle. Oh.
I remember with Aquavit, after 3 shots, you start speaking Norwegian.
This is not a gift. This is a question. Remember?
This is a question.
It's a gift and a question.
Ooh, a beautiful box. I love the box. Can you see me? Can you?
Yes.
Well, yeah, good. It's a ship. I said to Connor, my son, I bet it's a longboat, a Viking longboat. Oh, it's an ocean ship.
Yeah, and it is quite long.
It is long. Which one is it?
Congratulations.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She should open the card too, shouldn't she?
Yeah, you have to open the card.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, Viking traditional dress. This Thursday, we have a question for you, but no question.
Well, I will ask you the question, and we would like to ask you if you would do us the honor to be the godmother of the Viking Venus in April.
Oh gosh. Oh, I'd love to.
Thank you.
Love to. Oh, I can't think of a. I can't think of a more brilliant thing.
Well,
We would love to have you there too.
Oh,
and you're already such an important part of the Viking family, but that really makes you a very key member of the family.
I would absolutely love to. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, isn't that?
Thank you so much.
It was overwhelming. I've told many people since that apart from the pride I feel in my own family, especially my children, I have never felt such pride. To be asked to become godmother of a ship, and such a beautiful one, a sister ship and a sister godmother to others in the Viking line, an extraordinary honour. I guess all we godmothers feel a special bond with our goddaughter ships. I know I do. I feel Viking Venus has a character all of her own. She's brave, she's a little bit edgy, like her goddess namesake, she's feisty and utterly beautiful. And like the starry planet Venus in our night skies, she became a beacon of hope. In May 2021, as her namesake planet rode high in the evening and dawn skies, she beamed a path out of the darkness of the pandemic. I will never forget when we docked in Liverpool, almost inside the historic port city. I've worked there many times in the TV studios within the historic Albert Dock, so close to where the Viking Venus docked. I felt I could walk off my balcony and into those studios. And the local radio station interviewed me and asked how proud was I to be the godmother of the first ship to come into the docks in 14 months. And on our departure, they played loud on the speakers throughout the dock, "We are sailing" and "Time to say goodbye." It was so emotional. My two sisters who were with me waved from our balconies as we left the port, tears in our eyes. Sissel, I will never forget the wonderful, emotional and heartfelt message you gave me when you passed on the baton, or actually the Viking axe, to me with the honour of becoming the next Viking godmother. You knew then how I was feeling now, and you passed on that highly charged feeling of pride. I love you for it. Karina, how wonderful it is to call you not only friend, wonderful friend, but sister godmother. And Fiona, Lady Carnarvon, who is to be the godmother of the Viking Mars very soon. How wonderful will that be? Spectacular, I know. And Anna, the first mother in space. I can't tell you how incredibly honoured I am to feel that you are a sister godmother too, after all you've been to, all you've done. I mean, that's just amazing. I don't know what it is about godmothers. I didn't even know there were ship's godmothers until a few years ago, until I knew Viking. But now I understand there is a very ancient tradition which Viking has brought right into the 21st century. And once you're part of it, you feel its legacy and the weight of its magic. Bottom line, I am so proud to be a Viking godmother. Bottom line, I am so proud to be the godmother of the Viking Venus. Thank you, Karina, and thank you, Torstein.
Hello, here from Madeira. My name is Cornelia Pfeifenberger. Original, I'm from Austria. I started 20 years ago. I was hotel manager on a new Viking ship, the Viking Sky. And we was traveling from Passau to Budapest. Since then, I was very happy because I could work on different long ships on all the rivers here in Europe. And every year we get an email or somebody calls us from Viking, wishes Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This happened also 2015. So they called me and said, yes, Connie, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And we would like to ask you if you want to be the godmother of one of our new longships. Can you imagine? I didn't know what to do. Should I cry? Should I laugh? Whom I should call first? And the second thing was what I'm wearing for the christening. So this christening was in 2015, and I never forget. I was walking on the red carpets with the captain, and I never felt so happy and proud myself to be part of the Viking family. And since then I'm working on the ships, and I had the great opportunity since last year to be tour director for Viking. So what I'm doing for the pre or the post family, I pick up the guests from the ship, I show them the fantastic Austria or Germany or Czech Republic, and then they're going back to the ship or they're going back home to the United States. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very, very happy.
Oh, that was actually quite funny, because I got an email invitation from Torstein Hagen, our chairman, in early January that year. But at about the same time, we were notified by our IT department to watch out for spam emails in his name. So I wasn't quite sure if I should even open that email. But eventually I did, and I think I started to scream or something. So my daughter asked, "Mom, what's up?" And I told her, and I was super excited, yeah. It was thrilling. I think the entire day my body was full of adrenaline. From the time I arrived on board, the crew, they were super nice. They were treating us like celebrities. I had to see the hairdresser, photographs taken, practicing the speech. So it was quite busy actually. Until the final act of naming the ship and pressing that buzzer. In my case, it was the Viking Tyr, and it does feel like it's my ship in a way. And Yeah, I've been working at Viking for almost 20 years now, and I still feel quite honored and very proud for having been chosen for that role. It's such a wonderful appreciation. So I think it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I really enjoyed every single moment of that day.
The naming ceremony of a new ship is always a cause for celebration and is a proud moment for all members of the Viking family. In 2014, we set a Guinness World Record naming the largest number of new ships in one day. This year, we're looking forward to celebrating the launch of new river ships in Europe, the naming of our first expedition ship, the Viking Octantis, followed by her sister, the second expedition ship in our fleet, the Viking Polaris, another ocean ship, the Viking Mars, followed by the Viking Neptune, and we're also inviting guests to sail on the Mississippi, on the Viking Mississippi, and our Viking Osiris on the Nile later in the summer. So we have very much to look forward to, but in the meantime, let's take a look back at some of the highlights of past naming ceremonies.
Well, hi there, Jackie Skelton here. So you're stranded miles from home? You've opted for no travel insurance. Oh dear. The country you're in is going to require payment prior to being allowed to leave. I am Jackie Skelton with JR World Travel. Why do you need travel insurance? Call me, 844-249-0190.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the naming ceremony of the beautiful Viking Venus. My name is Alistair, and I will be your master of ceremonies this evening. Now today, as I think many of us know, is the 17th of May, which is Norway's National Day. And for the first time in my life, I have been given the honor of wearing a traditional Norwegian bunad. And when my work here is done, I shall be going ashore and fighting crime in the streets of Portsmouth. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a ship to name. There's something I'd like to share with you first, though. Our chairman, Mr. Torstein Hagen, received this message from the Prime Minister's office at 10 Downing Street, and we wanted to share it with you. It goes like this. I am writing to you on the occasion of the naming ceremony of the Viking Venus on Monday, the 17th of May. I was delighted to learn that following the easing of restrictions on Monday, Viking cruises will be resuming UK domestic cruises with a sensible and safe approach to cruising. The maritime industry will be a key part in the UK's economic recovery from COVID-19. Please accept my best wishes for a successful naming ceremony and for many voyages to come. Thank you, Prime Minister. Now please, let the ceremony begin.
Dear Anne and everyone on Viking Venus, gratulerer med dagen. This last year, Anne, I have very much enjoyed meeting you and watching you on Viking TV. Your weekly programs are bringing a great deal of positivity and joy to everyone. So thank you for making the world a little better. It is a great honor to be a godmother, one that I was privileged to experience last year at the naming ceremony for Viking Jupiter. Your naming ceremony also pays tribute to the spirit of exploration, which is so meaningful, now more than ever. I hope you have a wonderful evening and that you share with other Viking godmothers the same sense of pride as Viking Venus joins her elegant sisters. On a very special Norway Day, from Oslo to the English Channel, it is a real privilege for me to now pass the baton to you as the next Viking godmother. And as I cannot be there in person, I have asked a special friend and fellow Norwegian, Geir Røvik, to oversee the handling over the ceremonial acts. Congratulations, Anne.
Good evening, my name is Geir Røvik. I am a Norwegian shipbuilder, and for many years I have taken part in the Viking naming ceremonies, where I have had the honor to handing the Viking axe to the ship's godmother for the cutting of the ribbon, in respect of the original Vikings who once explored the British Isles. A Viking axe is used to cut the cord for this ceremony. The axe we will use today is a replica of an 11th century Viking axe discovered in the 1920s when it was dredged from the bottom of the River Thames near London Bridge. This same axe was used by Karine Hagen in the naming ceremony of the Viking Sea in 2016. The Viking Sea and the Viking Venus met a few weeks ago when the Viking Venus made her maiden call in Valletta, Malta. Malta is a country that's important to the Vikings and the British. During its history, it has been ruled by both. With the Norman invasion in the 11th century and nearly 800 years later, when Malta became a part of the British Empire. Given the current circumstances in the world, I cannot be with you in person today, but the axe will be there with you. It was transferred from the Viking Sea to the Viking Venus on Monday, 9th April. I would now like to ask Captain Knudsen to hand over the ceremonial axe for you to cut the ribbon to name your vessel.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the stage the one and only, the very unique, the magnificent Anne Diamond. Madame Godmother, name your ship.
I name this beautiful, beautiful ship the Viking Venus. Måtte hell og like følge deg, og alle som seiler med deg. May God bless you and all who sail in you.
dette landet som det stiger frem. Furet værbit over vannet med de 1000 hjem. Elsker det og tenker på vår far og mor, og den sagernatt som senker drømme på vår jord, og den sagernatt som senker drømme på vår jord.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, I would now ask you to welcome to the stage a very special lady, someone we all know and love, Karina Hagen.
Dear Anne, thank you so very much for doing us the honor of naming our latest ship. We all know how very proud you are of your sons, and we can only hope that your new goddaughter can earn your pride also with time. So we just wanted to thank you with a little gift. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Really makes us god sisters, and you'll understand why in a minute. All of us have the same. So, and Fiona does down there too. And some flowers from us. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very, very much. God sister.
God sister.
God sister. This has really been the most tremendous honour. A year ago, as you've all heard the story before, when I rang Karina and said, this must be so terrible. We've all been through such a terrible year. But to imagine in your position the disaster that seemed to be facing the cruising industry. And it has been a very, very tough time. A year ago, I could never have imagined I'd be standing here with this incredible honour on this beautiful, beautiful ship. And she's named the Venus, and of course, the goddess Venus has always been known for her beauty. Quite fierce beauty, a little bit intimidating sometimes, Venus's beauty. But if you watch Viking TV on Thursday, you'll see my interview with the chief of Jodrell Bank, which is the world's third largest ever radio telescope. For many years, was the largest radio telescope in the world. And he was telling me that Venus at the moment, the star, is particularly bright this month in the early evening and the late morning. So watch out for it if we have a particularly bright, clear morning tomorrow. It is very, very bright in the sky. And he said Venus is the most amazing planet. But Venus is also, as I said, the goddess of beauty. And what more fitting ship to lead us out of this terrible darkness and into what we hope will be a very, very bright year now. And just as her goddess namesake was born from the Mediterranean Sea, so has this particular Venus been born from the Mediterranean. And she is going to lead the way to a very bright horizon, I hope, for us all. And so it is with the utmost pleasure and great honour and absolute thrill to be here to say Godspeed, Viking Venus, and thank you to my Viking family, because I have made, well, you are family. There is no doubt you are all family. Captain Atla and your lovely wife in San Diego, who couldn't be with us here today. I feel such a strong bond with everybody in Viking. And to have the absolute pleasure of being able to invite my own family here has just been astonishing. So I'll say no more except to say thank you very much for being here on this absolutely historic occasion. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm sure we'll go on enjoying it. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Bravo.
Oh, I've got one more thing to say. Måtte hell og like folje deg, och alla som seilar med dig. Jag är så glad för att vara här ombord Viking Venus. Did that make sense?
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
lords, ladies and gentlemen, our naming ceremony has now reached its conclusion, and it only remains for me to thank you for your attendance. You know, it's been a long time coming, but boy, it's good to be back on the ship again. Thank you. Good evening.
Hey everybody, Jackie Skelton here with JR World Travel. Remember, I am your licensed professional travel consultant. Are you still dreaming like the rest of us of faraway places, hills, beaches, the castles or cruises, or maybe something closer to home? Well, stop that procrastinating and call me. Ask for Jackie on 844-249-0190.
Welcome to a voyage that is simply beyond compare. An unprecedented exploration of our beautiful world. 6 fascinating continents. 136 intriguing days. And dozens of the world's preeminent cities with plentiful overnight stays. As you sail on board the remarkable Viking Star. It's an epic adventure to the far corners of the globe. Your journey begins in welcoming Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Then it's off across the Gulf of Mexico to the sunny Caribbean. And the Isle of Cozumel, where you can explore the world's second largest coral reef system. But the Caribbean is just the beginning. Intriguing Cartagena, Colombia comes next, while in tropical Central America, an ancient culture welcomes you to Panama, where you'll also cross from the Caribbean Sea to the Pacific Ocean through the Panama Canal, an immense engineering marvel. On Costa Rica's Pacific side, near the sleepy fishing village of Punta Arenas, a dense rainforest and steaming caldera await the curious. While León, Nicaragua, founded by the Spanish in 1524, greets you with abundant traditional architecture. Then it's up North America's Pacific coast to the captivating landscapes of Mexico's Cabo San Lucas. Followed by a memorable collection of experiences in cosmopolitan Los Angeles. And in Santa Barbara, Franciscan history and miles of rugged beauty. As California disappears beyond the horizon, set your sights on beautiful Hawaii and its powdery sand beaches. The beguiling South Pacific mesmerizes even the most seasoned travelers. Bora Bora, Moorea, and Tahiti. Their verdant peaks and turquoise lagoons. Followed by New Zealand's subtropical Bay of Islands. The entire country will delight your senses with spectacular natural wonders, a fascinating indigenous culture, and 2 nights to take in enchanting Auckland. You'll set off across the Tasman Sea, bound for Tasmania, Melbourne, and beautiful Sydney, where you'll enjoy an overnight stay. Encounter one of the planet's most ancient cultures, and then explore the expansive, breathtaking Great Barrier Reef. Exotic experiences await in Southeast Asia. On the island of Komodo, you'll come face to face with the largest lizard on Earth. Bali is home to a collection of centuries-old art and culture, followed by a kaleidoscope of tastes and sights in Vietnam, Singapore and Thailand, along with Yangon in Myanmar, and its shimmering Shwedagon Pagoda complex. Southeast of the Indian subcontinent lies the island of Sri Lanka, whose capital Colombo welcomes you. And high above lie the beautiful hillside stations with their terraced tea plantations. Portuguese and Indian cultures converge in Goa, India. Bustling Mumbai, the former Bombay, is a traveller's dream. Take in fascinating museums and historic monuments, or consider visiting Agra's white marble wonder, the majestic Taj Mahal. Like tales from the Arabian Nights, the fortresses and souks of Salalah evoke the exotic. Awe-inspiring landmarks are yours in Jordan's stunning Red City of Aqaba and Egypt's Luxor Temple Complex. You'll also transit the world's other impressive man-made waterway, the Suez Canal, before exploring the timeless wonders of Haifa in Israel. Europe beckons with more storied destinations, including the fabled Greek island of Rhodes, Turkey's ancient treasure Ephesus, an intriguing Istanbul, a city bridging Europe and Asia. In Athens, witness the birthplace of Greek art, architecture, and thought. On Sicily, ageless Messina will delight your imagination, while Naples, Italy, leads to legendary Pompeii. Explore spectacular Rome, the eternal city, before setting off for opulent Monte Carlo. The passionate spirit of the Iberian Peninsula is expressed through its music, tapas, and wines. Enjoy the legacy of Spain's native son, Antoni Gaudí, in Barcelona, and the sheer majesty of Cartagena's historic treasures. Rounding Gibraltar and its imposing rock cliff, you'll head to Lisbon for its 18th century architecture and entrancing fado performances. On the final segment of this extraordinary voyage, you'll sail the English Channel to the port of Tilbury for London. An overnight stay gives you time to explore the heart of this iconic city. It's the perfect way to conclude this epic journey, the Viking World Cruise. What began with a quiet dawn quickly turned into a day of celebration for Viking and, of course, for me. Watching the Viking Sea glide through the Thames barrier, I was so proud as her godmother on this inaugural visit. After a quick pirouette in front of the iconic O2 and a bit of gentle guidance, she moored right in the heart of London for her christening. As a small ship, she has that type of privileged access.
Attention all stations, all lines fast and secured. We have arrived Greenwich.
As day turned to night, the christening of Viking Sea unfolded, a celebration stretching from bow to stern, as she was officially welcomed to this legendary maritime port. The event included a tribute to the spirit of the early Vikings, who pushed the boundaries of travel and discovery as they explored England, the whole of Europe, and the far corners of the world. Plus the brave visionaries who followed in their wake, men like Fridtjof Nansen, who explored the North Pole, Leif Erikson, who discovered America, Thor Heyerdahl, who sailed across the Pacific on the homemade raft Kon-Tiki, and Roald Amundsen, first to set foot on the South Pole. And on hand, a modern-day Viking, Geir Røvik, who spearheaded the building of an original Viking longship, providing us with an authentic copy of a ceremonial Viking axe.
It's, of course, a great honor to be the godmother of Viking Sea. Today, I'd like to thank those that have brought her to completion. Richard Revere and SMC, our architects. Richard with his background in boutique hotel designs, and SMC with their maritime architecture expertise. Thank you very much for all your efforts on the ocean ships as well as on our river ships, of course. And then, Erling Friedenberg, you are amazing. The teams that you create, the family feeling that you give our staff is fantastic. And that brings us to our guests, all of you out there. It's an honor to work for you and to create experiences both on board and ashore. The last person I'd like to thank is a lady who is not here today. She's here in spirit. as she is here in spirit with me every day. That is my grandmother, Mamsen. She was my best friend and she had great values. She was hardworking, disciplined, honest, had a lot of integrity. I miss her very much, but I know that she would be incredibly proud of the company that you have built, Papa, and the values that you represent. She would have been very proud as a mother, as I am as your daughter. So thank you for all you have done for all of us. With that, I think I have a ship to name, and I have 2 helpers. I have my real goddaughter, Maya, and I have our 4-legged little girl, Finse. Do you know your line?
At last, the moment we'd all been working toward was upon us. It was incredibly exciting.
I name you Viking Sea. May God bless you and all who sail on you.
And with that, the Olavskoret, the Olav Choir of the Norwegian Seamen's Mission, joined the celebration. The highlight of the evening was our special guest and friend, Sissel, one of Norway's most beloved sopranos.
You did it well, and I think you gave a very good speech, and you stand for good values. So thank you very much on behalf of us in Viking. It's fantastically nice that you did this job today, and you did it beyond expectation, as usual. Maya, thank you so much. Okay, well done, Corinne and Maya.
As godmother of the Viking Sea, the christening was a very moving moment for me. But it was also an impressive milestone for all the people who've worked so hard to make Viking the company it is today. And hopefully it was a ceremony that will long be remembered by the City of London. Viking Sea is the beautiful sister to the award-winning Viking Star. Together they bring the comfortable, welcoming ambiance and spaciousness of our river cruise vessels to the world's great oceans. With just 930 guests, Viking Sea and Viking Star are small ships that have been thoughtfully designed throughout to enrich every aspect of the journey, making it easier than ever to explore more of the world in complete comfort.